Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kidley, and welcome to a channel update, and that's for reals this time. Last time I did this, it was for my little April Fool's joke, and I said that I was going to be doing what was it, Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures or something like that as a main feature on the channel. And actually, a funny story about that is I got a bunch of replies, people saying, okay, now you really have to do a video on that. And if you guys request it, I might actually do it. But in this video, I wanted to just briefly talk about how the channel's been going, things that I have planned, and so forth and so on. I made a video at the start of the year where I was like, okay, for 2016, here's kind of the ideas that I have for this channel, and I've been pretty much sticking with it. There are some things that have sort of changed and evolved. One example is the short little Star Wars: The Old Republic news updates, and that's something that just sort of occurred randomly, and now I'm like, that's a really good idea. I think people have really been enjoying those. And then the other big thing that I just recently started doing was Saturday Morning SWTOR. That particular show on Twitch, I've actually been doing for a long, long time, but I've never actually converted it over to YouTube because I know there's a lot of people who it's too early for, or if you're on the other side of the world, it's too late or too early or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I'll try and upload those to YouTube and see what people think. And so far, I think that's been going over pretty well as well. But I definitely am looking for you guys' feedback on that. Do you like the short little Star Wars: The Old Republic news updates? Do you like the Saturday Morning SWTOR being posted to YouTube? I'm totally open to hearing any suggestions on some of the stuff that I'm either doing or not doing. When I first started doing the Star Wars news, we were doing the tour report, and that was something that was done on Saturdays generally. And actually, that was done before Saturday Morning SWTOR. So, in a way, Saturday Morning SWTOR kind of replaced that show. But I was doing that show, and that was the segment show. It was the news, I think I called it dev chats and Q&A and that sort of thing. And then that's when BioWare kind of stopped giving updates, so I just scratched that show, do something else with it, and that's sort of where Saturday Morning SWTOR came in. But yeah, these quick little SWTOR news updates, I definitely like that a lot better because I can get the news out to you guys a lot quicker, and so I think that's just better overall. Another big thing that's going to be coming up this year that I want to tell you guys about, and again, this was something that I mentioned in the update I did at the start of the year, and that is No Man's Sky. This is a game that's coming out in June, and I said in my previous video that game is going to be a main feature for this channel, because I love these, space flight type games, and my favorite sort of space game of all time is Freelancer. And I've been looking for a replacement for Freelancer for a long time. And then all of a sudden this year, you had, No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous and what's the other one? The really, really big one that's coming out. Let me look it up here real quick. Do this on the fly. It's like, it's from Chris Roberts. Star Citizen. Didn't even have to look it up. So it's like all of a sudden those three big games are coming out that all sort of meet that Freelancer genre. I have played Elite Dangerous, and I actually didn't like it. But I think No Man's Sky is going to be right up my alley, exactly what I'm looking for that particular genre. And that game is going to be extremely easy to film. So I think I'll be able to rapid fire videos out, and that's going to be a very, very long-term series. I have no idea how long it's going to go, because, in that game, if you don't know anything about it, it's like you start off on sort of the outer rim of the galaxy, and it's your goal to sort of work your way in, and you start out with, let's say, quote-unquote, a level 1 ship, a level 1 character, and you basically just have to level yourself up in this crafting and this exploration. And what's really cool about it is anything that I find in game, whether it's a planet, a solar system, an animal, I can actually rename those things And that's how it is for everybody in the world. So if somebody were to come across my solar system or my planet or whatever, I could actually rename it. Here's the Kid Lee solar system, or Lion Security Force. So I think one really cool thing about that is it's going to be really neat to name some of those after you guys. Whether I play this on Twitch as well, but I have sort of a list of who is following on my channel, and I'm just going to make up a list and say, oh, here's the Cal Mark, or the Mysteries, or the Ron Allen, or, a bunch of you other guys and gals. I'm just going to start naming stuff after you, and I think that'll be really cool and a lot of fun. But yeah, just this basic short little video saying that I'm pretty much sticking to what my plan was at the start of the year, except for some of them small changes like the news things, and again telling you about the big No Man's Sky thing that's going to be coming up in June. I'm also going to have an E3 announcement coming up that you guys are going to help me decide what sort of E3 coverage I'm actually going to do this year. And E3 is, 4 weeks away, 3 weeks away, something like that. So it's definitely coming up here rather quick. But of course, I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. Again, is there something... Do you like what I'm doing? Do you not like what I'm doing? Do you like the Saturday Morning SOTOR thing, the news updates? Do you really want me to do that Barbie video? Because I'll do it. I think it would be actually a lot of fun of me just sort of messing around in that. But yeah, just as I always say, leave a comment below. Thank you all so much for watching. And with that being said, everybody keep playing, have fun, and thank you so much for all the support over the years. Thanks again.